I just played every single legendary mission that is available in the game, except for Tidal Basin. For some reason, I just couldn't find anyone playing Tidal Basin. I was matchmaking for a very long time. I just couldn't do that, unfortunately. But yeah, I did play every other mission, and I ended up doing the highest damage and getting the most kills with this gear set, which kind of surprises me that how well it's actually performing. And I would say this is performing better than Striker. Now, there is a weird condition to it, and it almost feels buggy, which I will explain in a moment. But yeah, let's just talk about the gear. I'm going to show you a bunch of ways I played it in all those missions. I did not use one single setup. I did switch around because I was testing it out to see which will fit really well. So I tried different kind of exotics and stuff like that, which again, I will show you in a moment. Now, as for modifiers and companions and stuff, you don't need it. The gear set itself performed really well. In a group, you don't need any companions or modifiers. I was using it. I mean, not me, it was the group leader who was using it. So ignore that. Otherwise, yes, the gear set is just doing insane amount of damage. So let me show you. Now, as for the build, well, to be honest, I'm still trying to figure out what will be the optimal way of using the gear set. There are multiple ways I tried out, which I will show you because everybody's play style is different. So how I like to play, you probably don't. So I'm just going to try to give you a bunch of options and see which one you actually like. The first one over here, you can see obviously we have the 4-piece of the gear set with the backpack. I have the chest piece here and the exotic holster. The holster is actually the Nimble holster, which was providing us with a healing. So when you make cover-to-cover move, you heal, which is nice because the build doesn't really have much healing at all, apart from the 10% armor on kill from Gunner if you're using Gunner specialization. I do have the drone here, the healing drone, so that's kind of giving healing, but it's not that much, obviously. So the holster was healing really well, so that's why I kind of chose here. However, there's other ways you can use this as well. So if you take out the holster and just use the gear set holster, you can also swap the gloves to something like Overdogs, and now you're going to do even more damage because of the amplified damage that the Overdogs gloves provide. So that's definitely an option like this you can use, which I was using most of the time, and this is how I was able to reach very high numbers. Like the blue screen LMG was doing like 1.6 million. I'm sure it can get more because my build is not optimized, and I don't even have much expertise. And my Pestilence was actually doing 2 million plus tick damage and more than 1 million crits on the body. It was crazy, I know. So yeah, definitely a great high damage option like this you can use. Or you can change the gloves to back to the, the gear set gloves, and then use something like the Memento backpack. Yes, I use Memento a lot is because mainly to see that I'm getting the kills. Yes, I was kind of confused because everything was dying, and I thought that since there are 2 striker players in my group, they're probably killing it. But I end up doing the most damage and getting the most kills, most of the time. Then I was like, you know what? In this mission, I will try the Memento. So on one of the legendary missions, I swapped to the Memento. And just to see if I can get the kills, because, when you get the kills, you get the trophies. I filled up the Memento stacks really quickly. And after that, I can see just Memento trophies everywhere on the map, which was crazy. It is doing the damage and getting the kills. And that's not kudos to the Memento, to be honest. It's the gear set. But Memento is just there to give that extra bit of edge and the survivability at the top of that. So definitely an option. So if you ask me, like, which one should you just set and forget? Probably this, because Memento is always a safer option. So I would go for that. Otherwise, you can choose the other 2 that I just mentioned. Now, you can also use Ninja. So you can swap to the Ninja backpack. And then this way you can use like an assault rifle, which will be really strong too. So you can use another unit alloy piece, something like this. So now you have more magazine size and more assault rifle damage. And this way you're going to be changing your, LMG to something like St. Elmo's engine, or I would recommend Strega. You have more magazine size on the Strega now. Instead of 40, it's 60. So Strega will just shred. It will do insane damage with this particular gear set, the way it kind of works. So it synergizes really well. That's what I've seen so far. And it will dish out really insane amount of damage. We're talking about more than 2 million per shot from the Strega. Yeah, it's going to perform like that. So try it out, again, see which one you suit well, like your playstyle. I'm just giving you a bunch of options here. Now, if you want to know what chest piece I was using, obviously it was the Equalizer. And you can see it's the same from the last build. I haven't even optimized it. I don't have resources to optimize this right now. I need to play a little bit more to get some resources. Obviously, the Perfect Obliterate Talent giving us a lot of damage. So it's there. And if I show you the other stats on my gear sets, like you can see weapon damage is kind of low here. Need to optimize that. A crit chance, crit damage on the mask. For the holster, I have weapon damage, crit chance. For the knee pads, I have weapon damage here, which again needs optimization there, and crit damage here. For the gloves, this one, obviously, this is the unit ally gloves here. But if you want to see my the other gloves, if I can find it somewhere, there it is. So this was the gloves here. So weapon damage here and crit chance. This was I was using. And obviously I will choose something like the Memento, or you can just go for the backpack and go like the, Overdogs, like I said. You can definitely use that. I'm just going to stay with the Memento because I'm liking that. I'm going to switch my weapon to something like the blue screen, or, obviously, like I said, the Pestilence, because it was just doing crazy damage with the Plague of the Outcast ticks and the damage itself. Like, you can spread it and activate the gear set with the Pestilence really well. Again, the only downside is its magazine size and the reload speed. But you can obviously use the blue screen to help your group members and reload really quickly, obviously, with this. So, yeah, again, choose whatever you want. Try it out. See which ones perform for you. The build was doing really well, to be honest. It was performing way better than a striker should have, which is already unoptimized. In this case, you can see my stats, and it was doing significant amount of damage. I don't know if it's a bug or just a feature, or they made it something like that, which is finally kind of better than striker. At least in a group situation, it was working, because you need your group members to kind of help you out in a way. I did try it solo. It performed well in solo, but I still think that is better set in a group than solo, to be honest. And if I show you like what it does, basically, if I tell you, I'm pretty sure you know that, but I can give you a brief over here. Like, you basically gain a stack. You shoot an enemy, you mark them for 7 seconds. When they die, yes, that's the problem. When they die, it's not like shooting, so they need to go down. So you kind of rely on your group members to take them down. And the moment you start building up that weapon damage and crit damage stack, then you're going to be destroying everything. At the start, you're probably not going to do that well. But the moment you give those markers and you get those stacks going out for you, you will destroy everything, because it stacks up to 35 times. Yeah. And there is a bug in the gear set, which I've noticed, like on the stack, the green thing. It doesn't fill up slowly. Sometimes it just doesn't show the bar at all, the filling up bar. It just stays green, like normal green. But the damage is there, because you can literally see the numbers. You will know that the damage is there. So yeah, that's basically for the build. Now, if you do ask my opinion about the gear set, I would say it is really amazing. It is performing better than Striker for me, at least. That's what I can say, at least in a group. And the reason why I'm saying group, because you do build up the stacks really quickly in a group than solo. Yes, you do build up the stacks solo, but it's just in a group, it's faster because, you have the markers which you place on the enemies, and then your team members are shooting those enemies. And when they go down, you build up the stacks instantly. And that's going to happen something which is at the beginning of the mission or whatever you're playing. It's not like you have to wait for a very long time to get the stacks. You're just going to get it instantly. And further into the mission, you're just going to do more damage. More damage is going to increase the damage. So that's really awesome. And that kind of worries me, because it does feel a little bit buggy, because most of the time you don't see the stack bar building up for you. It just disappears, and it's just green icon, but you still see the damage numbers very high. So you know that you are doing the damage. So again, it just feels a little bit buggy, and like I said, it kind of worries me, because every time there's a gear set that performs better than Striker, it ends up getting a nerf or has some sort of a weird condition like tipping scale, for example, where you have to keep on firing to build up the stacks, and if you don't, you lose the stacks really quickly, right? So just try it out, have some fun, use the gear set. It is amazing, and again, it's very easy to set up and build up like that. Try with different weapons, use different gears. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, which one you prefer, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, peace.